Hello, welcome to week 10 of our gardening journal for 2020. Let's just get this right out of the way this week and say that the gardening bench never showed up. Amazon totally lied. It wasn't Amazon, some independent seller. They printed a shipping label, but they never shipped it, and then they claimed they lost it, then they were mysteriously out of stock, which means they just were hoping I was never going to notice, and they're going to keep my money. So we didn't get it. But we ordered a new one. Maybe it'll be here this week. But once again, this week is the week where we're doing most of our planning, so that's a total bummer, and we're going to miss it. We did get, though, that nice rolling planter. So we're going to put that together today. Should be a good planter, get some good stuff in there as well, so that'll be good. And other than that, it's just lots of planning this week. We got to get the potatoes in the ground. We got some new buckets for those. We're going to go the bucket approach. Plant a basil garden, just lots of planning, lots and lots of planning. But first, we're gonna shred some cardboard and get that planter assembled. So let's do it. Fun! Oh, the cherry blossoms are gone. They look very pretty on the ground though, don't they? It's very sad though. 8 days it lasted this year. 8 days. Farewell, sweet cherry blossoms. Alright, so pepper beds. Looking pretty good. They are growing. Very exciting. These peppers are growing. Oh, that one's looking a little sad. Yeah, these are all looking good as well. But the tragic news so far, only 2 of the overwintered pepper plants. That guy barely, he's green, so I know he's going to. And that guy have sprouted leaves. The rest of these guys have done nothing. Very sad. But I am kind of confused because that guy looks as brown as the rest of them and he's sprouting. So maybe it's just a matter of time. I've been diligently watering them all week. It's not super hot yet. Low 70s, high 60s. So maybe it'll get better. These are the carrots. No sprouting in the carrots yet. It's a little sad. Cucumbers are doing pretty well. And the fennel is growing. Jane, can you say fennel?
Fennel.
Fennel. Yeah. And then over here is the baby bok choy and more cucumbers. A squirrel is attacking this bed, which is a problem. So one of the things we're going to do today is I'm going to do some remulching because he's gotten the mulch and he's attacked a few of these. Yeah, that's a bit of a problem. We're going to remulch this. But also, we are going to spray our squirrel repellent today. I have a homemade mixture with a lot of very hot chili peppers and vinegar and water. I made it last year, but it looks like it's still good. I bet it's going to stink. But squirrels hate it, so it's going around those 2 beds. Also, I caught a squirrel up on the patio today trying to get the tomatoes already. I thought I had some time. I didn't realize they were going to go for just the plants. I thought they were waiting for the fruit. But we're going to spray up there as well. But first, we're going to water the beds down here. Oh wait, the other updates. Look at like a little squirrel trying to dig in this plant looking for something. The grapes and blueberries are not working, so I guess that's a failure. The one grape that we knew was working is sort of working. Hopefully it will continue to grow. But none of the other ones have sprouted anything all week, which is a real bummer. I did buy another blueberry. God, man, look at these squirrels. They're just digging at these things. It's brutal. So we'll get these sprayed today too. I didn't think they'd attack plants with nothing on them. It's kind of crazy. Our squirrels are vicious. Vicious squirrels. Look at this one. They tore this one completely apart. God, look at that. Well, it wasn't growing anyway, but still, this is a problem. I'm gonna have to do a lot of battles with the squirrels. Okay, water plants, spray this stuff down for squirrels. I shouldn't be surprised this thing didn't completely work after sitting outside all winter. I thought it was the nozzle because these nozzles are like complete mysteries to me, but I got the nozzle working. There's actually some sort of leak, so the air pressure doesn't last. So I'll have to figure that out. But I got the downstairs sprayed for squirrels, so we're gonna move on now. You like this?
Get up there.
Yeah.
If I like this good blacker bed, you will get good.
I like it too.
This is a blue bed.
So we got this new bed, and we put it together yesterday, as you saw. And I think it's gonna be strawberries and something else, because I think the squirrels are gonna have a relatively hard time getting to it. They don't get to those, people say they can't, but also there's peppers in there, so they don't want to. So I think this one's gonna be strawberries. Can you say hi, Jane?
Hi, Jane!
Yeah, hi, Jane. Yeah, so we're gonna fill it up with dirt now, once Jane gets out of it.
You're in one bed, though. It's a blueberry.
Okay, almost 3 cubic feet of potting mix, but I expected that, so that's good. We bought a bunch more this week. So we've got 17 more feet of it. Yeah, strawberries. I would have loved to have planted these from seeds, but I didn't think of it until later in the year, so I bought these plants this week. I bought one before, but it died. So that is done. Feel good about this. Hopefully they will grow. We had a good time, didn't we, Jane? Jane is on my shoulders. I feel like I should get bonus points for gardening with the baby on my shoulders. I'm not even sure what this was, but the squirrels definitely got it. So I got a new blueberry bush, and we're gonna put it in here now instead. And then we're gonna spray it down with squirrel spray so they don't get to it. Right, Jane?
Yeah.
Yeah. In case I ever forget, because I'm terrible at labeling this stuff, because I didn't think most of them were going to grow back. This is a peach sorbet blueberry that I bought at Lowe's Hardware, because I'm lazy and I don't know how to plant blueberries. I never did berries before this year, So these are all an experiment. That is slightly a lie. I should say that when I was a kid, I farmed strawberries and rhubarb and sold it at the farmer's market in Fairbanks, Alaska. But I did not actually plant the strawberries. We bought a house, had a giant bed of strawberries. I just picked them and sold them for spare cash. So I never had to plant them before. So I'm telling a half-truth. Also, we forgot to spray this bed down for squirrels. I don't know if they can get up here, but we're gonna spray it just in case. Okay, next on today's agenda is drilling holes in all the potters, all the planters, containers that don't have holes, because I keep forgetting to check and I plant stuff and then I have to drill holes after it's planted. So we're just gonna go through them all one by one right here and drill the holes in any of them that don't have holes. Now I'm just a plain old unfrozen caveman gardener. I don't really know what these weird plastic inserts are at the bottom. I guess that's the drainage you're supposed to use if you didn't want to drill holes. I don't know, man. I learned all my gardening techniques in the 70s, aside from what I learned on YouTube. And they don't talk about those. Who knows? Not having my potting bench sucks. Doesn't it suck to you? It sucks.
No.
Yeah, okay, good. What's that shape called?
I know it.
Hexagon.
When is the hexagon?
All right, it's our second attempt at potatoes. I did a bunch of research. I learned what I did wrong. We're gonna do it again. My potatoes were actually perfect last time. I just misunderstood what I was supposed to do. I'm gonna take these potatoes. I'm gonna chop up the eyes into little seed starters. Put them on here with the wet part up. Let them sit for a couple days to dry before I plant them. So we're gonna do that now. Okay, so the whole thing is here is you have the little parts that are growing and you cut them off with some potato and then you let them dehydrate a little bit. So the wet part needs to dry out. It takes a couple days apparently, and then I can go ahead and plant them. I didn't do this right last time, but I watched a bunch more videos, so I think I get it now. Talked to some friends, gonna do buckets, but I guess I can't do these till Monday, which is a little weird because I only garden on the weekends. But we'll check them end of day tomorrow. Maybe I can get them. Maybe they'll be dry enough by then. We're gonna leave them outside and hopefully they'll dry off. It's pretty humid though. I don't know. We'll see. But at least we got these drying. So by next week, latest, we'll get them into the dirt. So now I think we got to start planting stuff that we haven't already got planted. We got these tomatoes, more tomatoes. It's really this stuff down here. All the lettuces and spinaches and loofahs, watermelons. Basils. I'm gonna start a little basil garden. Maybe the rest of that. Sad looking fennel. I got some nicer fennel somewhere. These onions. I'm just gonna plant. That's the goal for today. So we're gonna start bringing these downstairs to the back and start getting things planted. Let's do it. Two determinate tomatoes, the Roma, I think. Yeah, Roma and cherry. So we're gonna get those put into pots right now. Now people say this is a little bit small of a pot for a cherry, but I put it in last year, had good luck, and I'm gonna have way more tomatoes than I actually need anyway, so this is what this cherry gets. I don't like tomato cages, so what I usually do is I just use a couple poles. I'm gonna figure that out, but I think tomato cages are ugly, they bug me. So I'll probably do poles, bamboo sticks like that. Stalling on our trellising for another week or two. Hopefully two, probably one. Okay, this one's probably gonna need a trellis sooner rather than later. I'm in denial. Use a little one. Giant bumblebee above my head and it's freaking me out. Now I want to do one of each of the 6 or 7 basils in a smallish pot to make a little tabletop basil garden for upstairs. So let's go get some small pots. For basils, we're going for several varieties of pot sizes. This is Cyan Queen. There's already one in the green stock. This pot's probably too small, but we're going to do this for our little basil garden. We'll probably put some. Okay, there we go. Little 9 basil garden up on the patio. It's pretty nice. We're gonna water it, and then we're gonna water everything else up here. Here are the tomatoes. They're looking good. I saw a squirrel exploring them today, so I'm gonna have to spray up here for the squirrels before the day is over. So we'll get to that. Gotta bring some more stuff up here. Green stock is doing well. Things are starting to grow. It's pretty exciting. It's a pain to water though. I'm gonna get a little cork to put in there so I don't have to hold my finger over it while I fill it up. And these are the stuff that was overwintered. 3, 4 Johnny's Cooper Tulsi Asian basils. 1 big straggly sweet basil, but it gave all winter and it's still going. So I'm slowly trimming it back now, trying to see if I can turn it into a healthy bushy summer plant, but we'll see. And the mint that lasted over the winter. So let's water. So one thing I don't like about this thing is you got to fill it to the line, but it starts draining, so you got to put your finger in there. So I'm going to get like a cocktail cork or something to stick there. But still, all in all, it's going pretty well. We got watermelons, basils, lettuces, spinaches, bok choy, onions, cabbage. It's going. It is going. I'm pretty excited. Say hi, Mom.
Hi.
Okay, I think we're going to plant some loofah and some watermelon now. I don't really know how big these things are supposed to be in pots. So we're going to go with this big for now. 1 of each. Maybe we'll pot up later if we need to. Maybe 2 each. I think 2 each, actually. It's a little too wet. I'm overwatering this week. So we're going to not water this today. I'm not going to water this one in. I'm going to 2 watermelon. I'm going to leave the weird drainage thing in this one. See if it helps. A/B test. Okay, now we're going to do a loofah on this one. The big long roots. It's crazy. Look at that. I got this rosemary plant. I use rosemary, but not tons. I overplanted last year, and the thing grew like a weed. So I'm gonna strain it to this smallish pot here. There are insanely wild. And then get a shrubbery. I just want a little rosemary. Next, we're going to take this longer bed. We're going to fill it with lettuce. On the porch, I think. Actually, maybe down here. Another one up on the porch. This is the honey pot for the squirrels. That might work. We got a lot of lettuce plants. So. I want a couple decent-sized pots with some cabbages in them. Every task has a subtask, and that subtask has a subtask, and every one of those subtasks takes you further away from the original task. Alas, you poor ping pong ball, you had a good life. I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Okay, back on track. Planting Napa cabbages in little pots. Cute little baby Napa cabbages. Okay, now we're gonna do the same with Bok Choi. One in this pot. Maybe two in this pot. Actually, I don't know. Maybe this pot could be. This isn't right. Bok Choi, baby Bok Choi only get about that big, so I could do 3 in this pot. Yeah, we're gonna put this one purple opal basil in a larger pot because we like that stuff. Now we're going to do some companion planting. We are going to plant these onions. It's only like 6 or 7 of them, but we're going to plant them in between these peppers. The idea is the onions grow faster. They'll be a spring crop. They grow before the peppers shade them out. So I don't know if it'll work, but these onions need to go somewhere, and it makes as much sense of anything. So we're going to give it a shot. Now I got these 2 sort of small whiskey barrels, and I'm going to fill them. They're not that small. I mean, they're pretty big. I'm going to fill them with dirt. One is going to be some sort of beans, and one is going to be beets. So we're going to plant these now. As soon as I filled these up with dirt, I got completely paranoid that they didn't have drain holes, so I had to check them. Luckily, they have drain holes. I bought these a couple years ago. Had never used them for gardening. They were over in my mother-in-law's yard with lawn ornaments in them. She let me take them back. So in this one we have the beets, just one type of beet. It's from Johnny Seeds. It is the Shishito F1 red beet. It was the only beets they had when it was time to order. So we'll see how that goes. Over here we have 4 types of beans. I got all beans that are bush beans that you plant 3 inches apart. So should work. We have a bird of Roquefort, something like that, from Baker Creek. We got a Thai Sorbet long bean from Baker Creek. We got a Fairy Morse Blue Lake garden bean and a green bush bean, sort of an unnamed variety that came with the green stock planter. We did plant a couple in the green stock planter. I figured that was like a bean that definitely could go in small places, so it should work there. I'm a little worried I overcrowded this, but we'll thin it as need be. Same with the beets. I planted them, you know, deep enough, but I just scattered them through the whole bed. I will thin or move as needed. Yeah, wow, look at this. Starting to look like a real garden here. Lots of stuff, lots of stuff. There's the tomatoes up there. All right, I got 8 bags left of dirt. Got a bunch of random plants. Got a bunch of pots. I'm just gonna pot things willy-nilly for the next hour. I got 1 hour till dinner time. I'm just gonna plant stuff. Get things in containers. Here we go. All right, well, it looks like the time-lapse battery ran out because it was quite a run. I got all these planted, 3 broccoli, 3 cabbage, 3 shishito peppers, because I didn't have any shishito peppers in the other beds. I got this 1 purple oval basil right there planted. I wanted a bigger one. I got this cherry tomato planted. I got that fennel, it was in really sad shape. I got a little baby Bok Choi. That was the last of my dirt. I got this Roma tomato right here. 2 cherries, 2 Romas planted. And I think that might be it. I don't know, got a lot done. But as you can see, the place is a mess. Got a half hour till dinner, so I'm gonna do some cleanup and get the seeds put back away. I wanna leave them out. It's definitely warm enough, but I'm worried about the squirrels. Oh, and we gotta water everything we just planted, right. All right, here we go. We are all cleaned up. Looks almost like a garden on the back patio. It's dinner time, so I'm just gonna have to hope that squirrels, whatever I sprayed before. Actually, I'll do a quick spray. And then I will see you tomorrow. Good morning. It's the next day. Okay, we got a lot to do. Well, we don't have a lot to do because we used up all our dirt. So far, we have used up almost 2.5 cubic yards of dirt, 32 1 cubic foot bags of container soil bought from various garden centers, and 1 cubic yard of topsoil that we got from the landscapers. And we're out of dirt, so we can't plant anymore today, though we had a good run yesterday. That was good. But we just have some various chores to do. We have to clean up some tarps that were covering up the topsoil. We need to water all the plants because we haven't set up the irrigation yet. We need to spray for squirrels. We need to repair the sprayer that we're using for the squirrels with this nifty little spray thing. I have a terrible headache and my daughter's been screaming at me all morning, so I may just call it a day after that. But let's get to work. First thing is we're gonna check on these potato starts over here. So these guys are looking pretty good, honestly. They're already a little dried on the tops. But people said, you know, a couple days. There's some moisture still, so yeah, that one's a little moist. So we're gonna leave these till tomorrow. Not that we have any dirt, so not that we had a choice. The plan is to sneak away at my lunch hour tomorrow and buy some more topsoil. There's a garden center just half a mile down the road. So that's the plan. Other than that, we've planned like so much stuff and we have so much more. I'm gonna email the neighbors today, tomorrow, and offer up tomato starts, things like that. This isn't even all of it. We have all these tomatoes over here. It's ridiculous. It's crazy. That is more purple local basil, even though I don't need more. I thought I did. Yeah, we overdid it. So I don't know. Some of the other stuff like the lettuce and spinach we may save till fall. Some of these guys look like they're not doing super great, but by and large, I think we're in pretty good shape with the tomatoes. We're gonna give these away, is the plan. Anybody in the neighborhood that wants them. If you want one, give a call. All right, we gotta clean up those tarps. They're from when we had our cubic yard of topsoil here, and we just left them. So let's get them cleaned up. These are just the paving stones that are left over. It was easier to buy an entire pallet of them when we made this walkway down to the creek. The steps in the middle of the walkway. See, little steps. Anyway, nice little walkway down to the creek. But now we have a bunch left over, and we're just using them for various little projects around the property. Great failing of my whole system is that the upstairs porch rains down to the downstairs patio where I'm planting. So I'm gonna let this all play out with the dripping, and I forgot to do the compost, so let's go do the compost. We already knew this because we threw in some of this stuff yesterday, garden clippings and the like. Still not warm. All the tarp did, I took that off yesterday. All the tarp did was make it gather flies, so no tarp. It does seem like it's a little moist, but then again, it rained, so we could have just done that with the rain. Anyway, I don't care anymore. I don't care anymore. Don't give me copyright for that. Genesis is touring in England in October. You guys should go. I'm gonna go. Anyway, we're just gonna keep dumping stuff and keep turning it and worry about it in 6 months. I'll probably stop reporting on this unless something actually happens. So yeah, say farewell to the compost bins until the next time something actually interesting happens with them. I swear to God, I'm gonna buy a hose one of these days. Tired of doing this. We got a better sprayer nozzle for this thing. Well, that didn't work, so we're gonna try a new one because I'm incompetent when it comes to these sprayers. My best guess is there's a leak somewhere, but got this new one. We're gonna use it, and then we'll try and fix this one. Maybe we'll watch a bunch of YouTube videos about it. It's the only way anybody learns anything about this stuff is YouTube, right? This is gonna be gross. Should really get a funnel, but I guess we're not. Oh my God, this stuff is rancid. Woe betide the squirrel that braves this shit. Let's go give this one a shot. Okay, I think we're done for today. Look at all those nice planters. Oh my God, everything up here stinks like chili pepper now. Boy, that stuff really works. I will show you when I run out, when I make the next batch, how to make that stuff. Probably won't be for a few months though. Look at all those nice planters. Don't think we're gonna get the mulching today, because I have a headache and I'm gonna go inside. There's our cherry blossom tree. Thank you for watching. See you guys next week.